pretty mind-blowing that improving 1% a day means if you did that every day, 1% improvement by the end of the year, you'll have improved 37x. That means if you invested £100, dollars, whatever it is, and every day it made 1%, at the end of a year, if you invested at the 1st of January, by the end of December, it would be 37 times X. So that £100 would be $3,700, £3,700 dollars, whatever currency floats your boat. And I guess I'm bringing that up because I feel like I'm on this thing where I'm just like continually now improving and refining the morning routine in my life. And I think it's something I heard, I think, from James Altucher, just the 1% rule. I think he wrote a book actually that I read. It's on my Kindle. Interesting dude, good podcast. He's recommended a lot of good books that I've read. My name's Toddy, by the way. I make daily videos profiling my life and mainly like the business that I'm starting. It's turned into a bit of a beast. We're trying to showcase as many different business models as possible. And actually, I started listening. We've got the list of, so far, up until last night when I bought a book called 100 Million Money Models by Alex Hormozi, which is a guy, business dude that's blown up big on YouTube, and I see him a lot on my feed, and he's written a few books. I've not bought any of his books, but I bought this one and just started. I listened to an hour of it in bed last night while going to sleep. And yeah, it was interesting because he talks a lot about the money models, we've been talking about quite a bit of this, and are going to be doing a lot of this and are doing quite a bit of this, but there was some interesting stuff in there that I learned to add on. And I think the blueprints, because we're doing 100 startups in 1,000 days.com, we've also got nonconformitycompany.com as the way in, and we've also got nonconformityuniversity.com as the educational route into everything, and then we've got nonconformityblueprints.com, which is another way into all of the businesses. And that website, the blueprints website, will profile all of the blueprints, possible blueprints in the businesses, and then on each startup we'll have the blueprints button, so you can see I split the blueprints up into there's 5 things, 5 M's on those blueprints pages. There's the motive, the why, the model is in the business model, what is it, what kind of business model is it, and then the money model, the money side of things. And the motive, yeah, I'm still working those out. We've got quite a few, but I need to work them out for mine. And some of them are like personal motives. Some of them might just be sheerly making money. Some of them might be a combination of that with like helping people or exploring a passion. And then the business models might be something like the directory business model, the email marketing, the newsletter business model, e-commerce, SaaS, an app, agency, consulting. Yeah, there's the platform based, there's the AI wrappers, there's all sorts. So we've got the list of those. We've got a growing list of those, which I'm quite happy with. But the money side of things, I just had the different payment types. So I'm just thinking, listening to this book, we're kind of missing a bit more of the detail on the money side of things, I think, because sometimes we've only got one-off, recurring, affiliate, and free, and they're the 4 different ways that you can pay for things. But I think there's more detail to be had, and we're certainly linking that with the motives. There's different ways you might have a free product as a feeder product to something else. You might price low on the initial product to then have a more medium kind of size product, then to a higher pitch product. We have talked about that as well, but Alex Hormozi was just spelling out quite a bit in this book, which just made me think that section in the blueprint needs fleshing out a bit more to give it a bit more oomph. And maybe the model is like the motive times the business model. The other sections in that blueprint are the methods. So we'll give you a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps, however many steps it is to copy that business. So you could just copy that model and business and apply it to your own things in life and passions or whatever you want to do. And then the last bit is more, where we'll just put more ideas, or more where we'll just put ideas for us to develop it, or examples of how other businesses, of how they've developed, or other tools and other ideas that we could use in the future. to get, because we to start 100 startups in 1,000 days. We're just doing the first stage or two of each startup, which is our philosophy. It's don't try and figure out everything. The main thing is beginning. Just start selling whatever you want to sell, or talking to people, emailing people, getting deposits, reaching out on LinkedIn to people before even making a website, and see how that feels and see what the feedback's like, and then start to speak to those 10 people and see and go further into it and see what they think, because that initial feedback is going to allow you to really solidify or pivot your business goals. Because a lot of people, they're like, oh yeah, I got this great idea, and it's all in your head, but without talking to anybody, it's nothing. And an idea is nothing without action. So this is about taking action on your idea before you've wasted any money or time doing any of the other branding, websites, bank accounts nonsense. buildinreverse.com, that's one of our websites. That's the philosophy. So because I need to get this done, I'm trying to optimize all my life. I've stopped drinking. I've been waking up at 4 a.m. I've been now introduced to yoga. I think what I'm going to try and do, and this is another idea, we could link this to a community, is again a bit of a challenge. I like the idea as well. I had talked about this before, but Alex Hormozi's book reminded me that I quite like the idea of doing the challenge business model, which we've already got, but then saying, like the 4 a.m. club, for example, is the challenge business model. The motive, it's really for personal use and to help other people change their lives. And the money model is $88 for a lifetime membership. But I quite like the idea, because this is a stepping stone for you to change your life, to use that time in the morning to start exploring business opportunities, ideas, business models, start thinking about what you could do, what you want to do, and start doing that. And I don't want to wake up at 4 a.m. for the rest of my life. I'm doing it now to make things happen, and things are really starting to happen. It's feeling very good. I like it because it's just me up, and I get to choose. I'm setting the state for the day. And by the time everybody's up, I've really achieved. I've done yoga. I went for a run. I've got some work done, and I'm feeling good. Like, I'm feeling really good. My energy's definitely got used to it. Trying to charge up throughout the day as well and get an early night. But this isn't forever. So I like the idea of charging people for some of these challenges, but if they complete it, and completing it in terms of the 4 a.m. club would be to use that time, the 4 a.m. club, for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, however long you need to use it, to build businesses, to meet your minimum viable income, the amount of money you need to be able to quit that job that you're not too bothered about. So then you can go to the next level. So once you've done that, you've kind of completed the 4 a.m. club. So then it might be like, you can have your money back. Like, just make it an absolute no-brainer. And then we'll have a churn of people that are coming in. People will be delighted. And then that money, we could say, well, you can use this towards one of our other programs. And that's what Hormozi says. You're keeping people on the conveyor belt, sounds a bit wrong, but yeah, keeping people in your ecosystem and providing them like the next stages, the next steps, providing people with more premium services, because there's always 10% of people that just, money's no object, they'll just pay for it. So yeah, some things to think about, but I'm enjoying just improving 1% a day, just one thing a day. Today, just decided to drop coffee. I only normally have like one cup a day, if that. Like, it's not even every day, so it's not even like a massive thing, but it's like, yeah, just thought, should I gonna have a coffee today? And I just thought, no, that can be one thing I'm gonna drop. I think with all substances, drugs, sugar, alcohol, whatever it is, there's always a payoff, isn't there? With anything that there's an up, there's a down. So I'm just trying to keep everything as stable as possible, and it certainly feels a lot more stable, a lot more harmonized. And yeah, I just don't want any downers and ups and downs and left and rights, roller coaster rides. It's just like, we're just going straight on a railway track, a nice gentle train straight to Success Town. And so yeah, it's pretty amazing that if you're just improving one thing a day, or investing £100 and 1% a day, is 37x. So I would urge you to just think. And I know sometimes going from where you are to where you want to be seems like a million miles away, and it just seems impossible. And it's just easier to just to do the same things, grab a beer and watch Netflix because we deserve it. But just try and step back and try and think, what's just, if I could just do one thing a day, one thing today, what could it be? Or one thing tomorrow, what could it do? Just read for 15 minutes, look at nonconformity blueprints for 15 minutes, learn a business model every day. Look at some of the case studies, get inspired. I love the case studies because they're just really inspiring. So that's where we're at. Just made a sticky toffee pudding, ossobuco beef shin, no, it's beef leg ossobuco stew with chicken broth, onions and garlic and herbs. And we're making some cheese biscuits as well. And we made some homemade baked beans yesterday. And we've got schnitzels in the freezer. So the food situation is really good at the moment. Really enjoying it. We've got loads of broth still. Might book some more chickens for next Saturday. The porridge has evolved a bit more. We've added some hemp seed now, and need to just see what is achievable getting in the porridge with these things. But that's another story, blah, blah, blah.